So Munro will come round and now is heading back towards the beach. She's got one more can to negotiate, and then she's got her eye on the prize. The final leg in all the competition for the past 2 days is about to culminate. It's still Munro, but I tell you, Cameron will not give in. She's going for a hat-trick of victories, and this is something, this will be historical. If Cameron can lift, get that pink ski moving and threaten Munro, we'll see something we haven't seen before. Munro wants the prize as well. They're focusing. Munro with her eye on the front of her ski. She can't afford to slew. She needs to work these runs. Well, wins out of it. Our winner will come from these two.
Well, you can't underestimate Christy Cameron. Look at her go. She is so tough. The ocean is opening for Christy Cameron. She's keeping the rating up. Now look at the paddles go through the air now. That is commitment. That is someone who wants 50,000. She's worked it like she did in the last race on the board leg. Her eye on the prize. She's steering her ski straight. She's not letting anything go. Watch her get off this ski and run. No one catches Christy Cameron in front. She is a tough, tough competitor.
Just to negotiate this shore break. Well, the ocean has been kind. She's done all the work, and she lifts again. Well, this is extraordinary. We haven't seen it before. We thought she was out of it. She had to catch Munro on the ski, and Cameron now, Christy Cameron, planning a wedding coming up very, very shortly. What a day this is. Christy Cameron crosses the line. She defends it. Christy Cameron, she cashes up again at Gucci. Munro now coming up.
No, with one leg to go now, Munro is hoping that her Huey sets on the wave for her. But I can't see it now. Christy Cameron was hurting with the short strokes on the ski, feeling like a world of hurt. She's cracked a wave, a swell from out the back that hasn't come all day, and she will have grown a leg. She will be feeling so much better. Now she's in front. Cameron knows how to win. It'll be Munro who's hurting now. Let's see how she attacks the board. Will she shorten up with the strokes?
Well, Munro is a former Australian champion. She must give herself some hope, but she's got such a lead.
No, she's just dawdled into the water. I would dare say she's conceded defeat. She's lost the urgency, Munro. She's deflated. She's deflated by a champion who knows how to guts it out, who's behind and toughs it out to the end. That's Christy Cameron. She's not defeated. She came round the third can, the third Nutrigrain turning can, and just gritted her teeth one more time. That little bit extra that makes a champion a champion. She pulled a swell from halfway out the back and has turned it into a 100-metre lead. I think she's already deciding what shop she's going to spend her 50,000 in. And, well, you don't win 3 in a row if she goes on to win by fluke.
Well, let's take a look at that. It all changed here, and this is where, well, she almost started to phone the bank manager now. There's Cameron on the pink ski. Now, just tell you, so lifts her rating. She can feel the swell starting to move her ski, so she lifts her rating. Oh, look at that. That is, Huey has been kind.
Well, yes, Peter, but she's toughed it out. That's a champion. Like this little swell, look how she's had to work it. Look at her now, laying down, sucking in the air.
She's resting the back of the calves, getting ready for that final run leg as Munro comes around the first of the board cans. Now, that lead is about 40 metres. Munro would need an extraordinary stroke of luck now to catch Cameron.
She needs a tidal wave.
Cameron now back up on her knees, working the swell as she makes her way back to Gucci now for the final time. Certainly she won't switch off, but this is something she knows. It all changed in that ski leg for her, and she realised then that perhaps she was going to make history, and she's gone on with it.
Well, she'd feel like she could go another race, Christy Cameron. When you get in this position, it just feels so good and so easy. You can't do anything wrong. It's all glory. I think she's about, let's give her about 10 to 15 more strokes, Peter, and you will see the smile light up on Christy Cameron's face as she knows that she doesn't have to sprint to the finish line. Here she goes all the way to the end. There it is. Yay!
Arms up and soak it up, Christy Cameron. Soak it up. You have deserved it. You have raced very, very intelligently. You've done the work and you've gut out the pain. There's Simon. There's a fiancé. Well, what a day that's going to be. Christy Cameron now, she takes it all in. She can afford to remember this moment. Well, what a day it's been. She knows how to win at Gucci.
She knows how to win, period, Peter.
For the past 2 years, she has really cashed up in Coogee. And the Queen is crowned again. Christy Cameron, $50,000, Richard. Back to second. Well, Munro, she did everything right. She was just a little bit unlucky in that ski leg.
Mother Nature. That's what makes this sport, you know, makes people come from second to first so quickly.
Well, Munro, she's ahead of win. She can also be very, very proud of her efforts. And she also soaks up the moment. But certainly, no question about who is still the dominant force in Ironwoman racing. Dean Mercer, no doubt about our winner. A very, very deserved victory for Christy Cameron.
Christy Cameron, what a sensational race. You have just won your third Nutri-Grain Ironman Championship.
Mate, I tell you what, I didn't know what chances I'd have going 3 in a row. Had a bit of a rocky year. This is only the third time I've raced through injuries and everything, but I tell you what, I've said it every year, Pat. I love him to death, Simon, my family. And I'd also like to thank Dale and Ash Morcio for keeping me in one piece these last 6 weeks.
Your ski leg was absolutely awesome. That is the best ski leg I've ever seen by a woman ever before. How was that?
Yeah, I'm a pretty ordinary ski paddler, but nah, I just dug deep. I knew it was the last race of the weekend and I hadn't got this far to just let it go, so I gave it everything I had.
Congratulations again. Soak up the feeling.
Thank you so much.
Wow. $50,000 will sure buy a nice wedding dress with a wedding imminent and on the way for her, which is great news. Now, are hat-tricks in the air today? Will Zane Holmes be stopped, or will Shannon Eckstein and Nathan Smith have something to say about that? We'll find out after the break. Welcome back to the Kellogg Nutri-Grain Ironman Series, and all the hard work, the commitment, the tears, the sacrifice pays off with $50,000 for Christy Cameron, a wonderful hat-trick. She's got a pretty important phone call to make to her bank. A rather sizable deposit to be made, and that's how the rest of the cards fell throughout the Ironwoman final there. Christy Cameron on top, taking home the big 50. Christy Munro, what a fight. Just that freak wave really took her out of contention, and Emma Wynne, isn't she happy to be there to finish off in third place?